Do you want to make a delicious and healthy side dish for Thanksgiving? Welcome to Kitchen Chat TV on the road. I'm Margaret McSweeney here with my dear friend Cara Kretz in her lovely home. Cara is the host and founder of HomemadeItalianCooking.com, and she is going to share with us a healthy and easy and delicious side dish for the holidays.
Oh, thank you. Welcome to my kitchen. It's a delight to have you here, Margaret.
Oh, thank you.
And so we're going to do a side dish for Thanksgiving that is gluten-free.
Great.
Because it seems like so many people these days are interested in that, and it's nice to have some options for folks.
Yes.
So come up with a very simple dish that you can prep a lot ahead of time. And it's going to be a scalloped potatoes with kale, Swiss chard, lots of cheeses. And what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you about what we've got prepared, and then we'll assemble it and we'll pop it in the oven. So the first thing that we've got is about 3 to 4 pounds of potatoes. These are organic potatoes. I've got the really small little ones, and we've sliced them very thinly, all even across.
And do you use a mandolin for that, or how do you get
That's a
that
good
precision?
question. I used a knife. I just did them. You can also use a mandolin, but I didn't want to wash the extra tool. So it depends on what you're trying to do. In this case, I did use the knife. The next thing I have is some kale and Swiss chard. It does look like it's cooked down, and that's because I blanched it for 2-3 minutes, did an ice bath shock, so it turned that bright green color, and then I chopped it all up, including the stems, because the stems are healthy, so you want to leave those in.
And a quick question.
Yeah.
What exactly is blanching? How do you blanch?
Oh, yeah, so blanching is you take a pot of boiling water, and you just put the raw vegetables in the water 2-3 minutes until they turn that bright green color, and then scoop them out with a strainer. And then put them immediately into the ice bath, which shocks them and stops the cooking.
Great, and keeps them nice and green.
Right. And I also want to talk about these potatoes. These are little baby purple potatoes.
Beautiful.
So I used a combination of purple, red, and yellow potatoes. Not for any really festive reason, although it is festive, but more because this is what our organic local farm had available when I picked up, our share at the co-op. So as we're using, what we have in store. So.
Perfect. And one quick question. So you're a member of a co-op.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So we're very lucky here in town to have a beautiful farm where they grow all their own produce. And when you become a co-op, you basically purchase a share of their crop. And so once a week as they harvest the vegetables, you go pick up your share. And you're always surprised to see what's in the box. It's a wide variety of beautiful organic vegetables. So it's kind of fun for me to plan my meals around what comes in the box. Nice. And so it's just, these are the fall vegetables that I did. So
beautiful.
They had the purple potatoes.
And it matches your shirt.
Yeah, a coincidence.
I love that.
How that works out. All right, so we've got the potatoes. I've got a couple large shallots sliced. I've got some cheddar slices and Swiss cheese, but this is probably the most important ingredient. This is cream, and who doesn't love cream?
Yes.
And the first step that we're going to do is and I'll show you, I have infused this with a garlic clove and sage leaves. So this has been steeping in the cream, so it's going to give it this beautiful flavor. And I'm going to chop up that garlic, and we're going to throw it back in those sage leaves for flavor. And we've added nutmeg to it. So this is going to give us the liquid and the creaminess.
Yes.
And let me show you, those of you that, nutmeg you can do 2 ways. You can do a grinder. You take a whole nutmeg seed or pod, put it in there, and you can, grind it right in. Or use the type that you get in the jar, either way. But I try to go as fresh as I can whenever I can.
Beautiful.
All right, so this is, while I chop this and put it in the cream.
Yes.
Cream. What if we could start doing is we're just going to layer all the vegetables in this heavy, baking dish.
Great.
We can get started. All right, so first layer is going to be potatoes.
Okay.
And you don't have to really do it, perfect. Now I know the French like to do it perfect, but the Italians don't. The Italians just go for layer it the best you can like that in a mixture. All right, and I'm going to cut these up.
I noticed that you leave the skin on for these.
Yeah, I did. There's a lot of vitamins in the skin. They're going to cook fast because they're cooked so cut so thin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And this garlic, oh, it's so, I can smell the mashed garlic.
I love the fragrance.
And that's the sage leaves as well, so.
Beautiful. So how thick of a layer do you want each one?
So I'd say close to a single layer.
A single, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we
and
probably
then
get.
what's the next?
All right, so then the next layer is we're going to put some of the greens. So you can help start layering the kale and the Swiss chard that's been blanched and chopped. We'll get a nice layer of that going.
A confetti of greens.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
This is great.
All right. Oh yeah, we don't want to forget the purple potatoes.
I love the color coordination.
Yeah.
Even there's some purple within the chard.
That's true. The Swiss chard has got red. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. And then we're going to layer a little bit of the sliced shallots, just not too much, just a little. Beautiful. All right. Now the next thing is the cream. We put that on before the cheese.
Okay.
This is a combination of milk and cream. You can use half and half. And this is going to help it all cook and thicken up. But with all the cheese we're going to put in, not too worried about it. So we put a couple ladlefuls there. Want to grab, let's do the Swiss cheese first.
Perfect.
So we'll put a layer of.
Okay. Layer this.
Yeah.
And is this something that you can bake ahead? So
yes,
wonderful.
exactly. Good point. What I really like is you can do the potatoes ahead of time, and if you keep them in water, they will not brown. You could get that ahead of time. You could blanch your greens ahead of time and let them all sit. Everything is prepped. You can actually prep all this and set it aside for a day and then cook it at the end. Or prep your vegetables and do a quick assembly and then bake it.
And
so
you always need that extra time over the holidays.
Right.
So this is a perfect dish.
And then
for this.
we put in our 3 cheeses. So we're going to do the Parmesan. Oh,
right.
actually, we're going to do 2 cheeses on this layer. Okay, that's good. And then we've got everything. Yes, another layer of potatoes.
Okay.
All right, so we can
put some of the purple in there
Yeah,
too?
let's do that now.
So festive.
All right, let's just keep grabbing.
This is great.
Yeah.
And this is something the whole family can enjoy, even
You
like
can
the
trust
kids
you can
do
trust the
this.
kids to make this one because they can't really mess it up. Yeah, it's really about the ingredients and I think something healthy. This would be a great entree for a vegetarian too at Thanksgiving because it's so hearty with all the vegetables in it and cheese, and so it's protein and all that as well.
I love it. And both of my daughters are vegetarians.
Oh, they would.
Melissa and Katie, you'll be helping make this.
You'll be taking some home tonight with you.
Exactly.
All right, so we got that. Let's go put on the rest of the, I think we're going to end up with, let's just do 2 layers. So we'll just do, here, let's put the rest of the greens on. I'll get the shallots.
What could we do if, we have this beautiful bowl of potatoes left over? What's something else that can be repurposed?
We're
not using it in this dish.
That's a great idea because you really never know, how much, you could always be off. What I will probably do with that is you could do a mayo potato salad, of course, but I like an olive oil, Italian vinaigrette kind of salad. Maybe add some olives, some cubes of salami, something like that, and make just a side salad. Or if you want to keep it vegetarian and gluten-free, just add some more cubes of cheese if you have extra cheese left over, or a mayo salad. Those would be 2 great ideas. Another idea, if you ended up, you would have to cook these, maybe microwave them, but you could put little bits of salmon and sour cream on and make little hors d'oeuvres, something like that.
Instead of a cracker?
Yeah, instead of a cracker. So another gluten-free option.
Love that.
Yeah, you could put them on a baking sheet single layer and just bake them for probably maybe 20-30 minutes until they're fork tender, and then use them as like little bread toast. So you won't go, nothing goes to waste. Yeah. All right, so we need more cheese.
More cheese. I love the cheese.
All right, I'm going to put the cream on before we do the cheese.
So 3 cheeses, Parmesan, cheddar, and Swiss.
Yeah, and I will say the reason I went with those, I'm just going to pour all this in, and the garlic and sage is going in there. Might as well put in the rest of this too.
And the reason you went with the cheeses
is because it's what I had in the house. I always have Parmesan, and I would always use that. But I happen to have some Swiss and cheddar, and so I'm a big believer in adapting your recipes to what you have in the house. So you know, cooking is a lot about learning the basics, the essentials,
Yes.
and then adapting to, you know, the situation.
Yes, and I'm so glad I've learned about
right.
blanching today. So
Yeah,
this
let's
is
put some
great.
slices of the cheddar on. Yeah, let's, if you
This
want to
is
help do that.
going to be
We want this to be nice and
delicious.
cheesy.
Yes. Cheese is good. We love our dairy.
Well, yeah.
This is great.
If you're not eating, you know, I figure if you're not eating bread, you might as well eat the dairy.
Exactly. And it's so much fun to be cooking in your kitchen with you,
Yeah,
Cara.
thank you.
This is great.
Thank you. It's great having you here. All right, so we've got that. And if you want to put the rest of the Parmesan on, I know it's a lot of cheese, but
No,
you
this
can't go wrong with that.
You can never have too much cheese, right?
Right. No, that's exactly right. Okay,
Wonderful.
fabulous.
Yay.
All right, so we've got a nice, you know, a gratin, as they might call it in France, scalloped potatoes, and it's going to be great. So we're going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and we're going to cover it. And I'm going to put the heavy lid. It's a lid that seals nicely so that everything cooks down. You want those potatoes to cook. The last 15 minutes, we'll take the lid off and we'll let it get bubbly and brown on top, and then we'll try it.
Sounds great.
All right, be back in a minute. All right.
Yes. Okay, and it's ready. What a masterpiece, Cara. This smells delicious.
Hope you can see this. All of that cream and milk absorbed into it. The potatoes are fork tender. Can
And
stick
I love the cheese.
Yeah, and all that cheese, it just oozes right through, so it's cooled down a touch. So should we give it a try?
Let's have a bite.
Okay.
Let's
We'll just
have
take a
taste.
teeny little piece here because it's going to be so hot.
And I love that you can substitute other greens. If you don't have fans of kale or Swiss chard, what are some other things you
that's
can
hot.
mix in there?
You know, broccoli or spinach.
Yes.
Take frozen spinach and thaw it and put that in there. That would make it really easy. So, you know, if you got a couple of extra potatoes, some leftover cheddar cheese, and some leafy spinach that's frozen in the freezer, you know, you can make something like this very quick and easy. So,
I love it.
all right, here's a fork. Now it's going to be super hot, so we'll see.
And how do you say bon appetit in Italian?
Abbondanza or mangia.
Mangia. Oh, and I love that purple potato.
Wow.
This is a taste of heaven.
This is really good
Delicious.
comfort food. Cheese and potatoes and healthy. And the garlic and the Parmesan, you can taste all that, the nutmeg. I can taste all of that.
Beautiful balance with this harvest. And I love that it is delicious, it's easy, and it's healthy, and it'll make a great side dish for the holidays.
Yeah.
So
So good.
thank you so much. Grazie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for tuning in. Check out Cara's website, homemadeitaliancooking.com. And always remember to take a moment and savor the day.
Ciao.